So I recently stumbled upon Logan Paul's video about Pokemon cards, and it reminded me of something very special that I had sitting in a box in my closet. And I will show you that in a minute because I know some of you have clicked on this video just to see the card. But after I watched Logan Paul's video, I noticed that there's been a lot of videos lately and a lot of people on YouTube talking about Pokemon cards as an investment.
Pokemon cards are outpacing sports cards. Get all in on Pokemon.
And seeing all those videos is what compelled me to make this video right now. See, I was born in 1990, so naturally as a kid, I would watch Pokemon every day when I got home from school. I would play Pokemon on my Game Boy as a Pokemon Blue guy over here, and I had lots and lots and lots of Pokemon cards. I must have been in about grade 2 or grade 3 when my dad and we walked in this little comic book shop one late fall afternoon, and in there we found something very special. You know, I can still remember the look on the store owner's face as he handed it over to me, over that glass counter filled with Pokemon cards and comic books. I remember seeing the pain in his eyes, like the hesitation as he handed it over to me. Like, have you ever experienced the feeling of almost like instant regret the moment you've done something? Well, that's what this shop owner was feeling as I snapped it up from him. Oh, my Charizard. Okay, I'll show it to you right now. So here's the card. But basically, my dad bought this thing for 400 bucks. As time went on, I started to take it out a little bit less every year, but still, from time to time, I'd go and take a peek at it, and I'd think, you know, this thing's gonna be worth something one day. And in more recent years, I still would take it out maybe once a year, once every other year, whenever I was just randomly reminded of Pokemon. So anyways, this most recent time I was reminded of Pokemon was from Logan Paul's video. So instead of grabbing the card right away, I knew my girlfriend would be over soon, so I waited, and then once she was there, I put the video on for her, handed it over, and right at the moment where they say what the first edition Charizard is worth,
the holy grail of cards.
This is a 9. It just broke 25,000. This card is a $25,000 piece of cardboard.
I take it and I toss it right into her lap. And if I had known I was gonna be making this video, I would have recorded that because she was super excited. And then we had a lot of fun just looking through all the cards and seeing what they were worth, and it was a good time, so thanks, Logan. But then I saw another video, this one by Graham Stephan. Now, Logan's channel is more of a fun vlog channel and everything, which is great, but Graham Stephan's channel is more of a personal finance channel, and I know that people tune in to get some financial advice and hear the financial wisdom from Graham Stephan. And that's when I felt compelled to make this video you're watching right now. See, I'm absolutely obsessed with investing. Over the past 3 years, I've studied everything I could possibly get my hands on that Warren Buffett has written or said, along with everything his right-hand man Charlie Munger has written or said. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I love investing. And with everything I know, there are certain things with investing that really just make you cringe. In case you didn't know, Warren Buffett is one of the wealthiest people in the world, and he made his fortune by investing in businesses. Sometimes only buying percentages of businesses through buying shares of stock, just like you or I could do. And also a lot of that has been him buying entire businesses and negotiated deals, all within his conglomerate, his business, Berkshire Hathaway, which he owns 16% of. So every year, Berkshire Hathaway has an annual shareholders meeting, which is basically a full-day event in a stadium in Omaha, filled with eager-to-learn investors and two of the most successful and experienced investors of all time, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, answering their questions. Inevitably, one of the questions that gets asked almost every year is asking their thoughts on buying either gold or Bitcoin or art as an investment. Pokemon cards as an investment would basically be a lot like art. Now, all of those things that I just mentioned, they all fall into the same category, non-productive assets. Here's how it works. On one side, we have productive assets, and on the other, we have non-productive assets.
They're called appreciating assets. I'm done buying Lamborghinis. I'm done buying stuff that won't make me money.
Baby, you got it.
So you were close, Logan, but not quite. So on the productive asset side, we have things like businesses, rental properties, and farms. And on the non-productive side, we have things like gold, Bitcoin, fine art, and Pokemon cards. So here's the difference. But you know what? I thought that maybe you'd want to hear from the billionaire investor himself. So I put together this little montage for you that's going to explain it exactly.
When you buy non-productive assets, all you're counting on is whether the next person is going to pay you more because they're even more excited about another next person coming along. But the asset itself is creating nothing. When we buy a business, we look at what the business earns and decide how we feel about it in terms of what we paid. But we are buying something that at the end of the period, we not only have what we bought in the first place, but we have something that the asset produced. If I buy a farm like I did 25 years ago in Nebraska, 400 acres, I paid close to $700 an acre for it, and I looked to see how much corn it would produce per acre, how many soybeans, what I have to pay the tenant farmer, what the taxes would be, and I made an estimate of the income that I would receive from that farm. I didn't go out and get a quote on it, you know. I didn't turn on the farm channel, you know, every day to see whether it was raining or something that was good for my farm. Instead, I looked at the farm itself as to what it would produce. A productive asset of any kind, a decent productive asset, is going to kill a non-productive asset over time. Now, in any given 1 year period, 5 year period, any asset can outperform another asset. Now, there are other kinds of assets that don't produce anything, but you count on them becoming more attractive to people next year or the year after. You're looking to the price change rather than the output. And it's been tried with tulips, and it's been tried with various things over time, and it does come to a bad ending. Imagine people selling their homes to buy a tulip in Amsterdam. If people think they're going to make money the next day, and worse yet, if they think somebody else that they know is going to make money and they aren't going to make money, it just draws people in.
Now it's Pokemon cards, and now that the price of this is being inflated by Logan Paul, I'm gonna definitely sell it, so if you wanna buy it, let me know. However, there's one other thing that wasn't mentioned that you need to know, which is that buying a productive asset like a business or a rental property or a farm, etc., this does not by default mean that you're making a good investment. See, the reason for that is because your investment returns are directly correlated to the price you've paid for the investment compared to what it's worth. So going back to Buffett's farm example that you just heard, if he had paid an astronomically high price for that farm compared to what it was worth, then it would almost guarantee it to be a bad investment. However, if instead he got it for a really great price, then it would make it a lot easier for it to end up being a really great investment. The same would go for buying a business. If you pay way too much, your returns are gonna suck, even if it's the greatest business in the world. Shares of stock, like how I invest, just represent ownership in a business. That's it. So if you bought 1% of the total shares outstanding for a particular business, then that would mean you would own 1% of that business. Now there's a bunch of great videos on my channel, by the way, if you want to keep learning about what I'm talking about here, like how investing in stocks actually works or how to calculate the intrinsic value of a stock. So go watch those if you want to get deeper into it. And by the way, I mentioned Graham Stephan earlier, and I need to say that I think he's awesome and I think he's a very intelligent dude. In fact, he's definitely contributed towards inspiring me to create this channel that you're watching right now. And on that note, go ahead and hit subscribe right now if you want more videos about stock investing and how to make money in the stock market intelligently. My girlfriend edits these videos, and together we put out a new video every week, so definitely subscribe if you're interested and give this video a thumbs up while you're at it.
If people react when you criticize their investment, if they get mad, they're gambling. You know, if somebody criticizes Apple or Berkshire, we like it. I mean, if the stock goes down, we'll buy more of it. If we criticize something that they own because they only want it to go up tomorrow, they feel we are hurting them, and therefore they get very upset about it. If they really like what they own, what difference would it make?